This is Stormouse03 continuing my Dead Space 3 Classic Mode playthrough, and this is going to be Chapter 18. So we are coming up toward the end of this game. Rapidly approaching. And in this area there's going to be some axe guys who are some new enemies that I really dislike. I mean, they're not new to this playthrough, but they're new to the series. And here's going to be our first one. And I don't think you can... No, you can't shoot him before he stands up. Come on, Bood. Just don't want to die. And he went into that mutation, which I absolutely despise. There's another one that's going to be behind you. There he is. I'm going to try to get around him, because what I really want to do is get here where I can have my back to them. Wow! I hate these mutations so much. So much. Just the worst. Alright, now that may not be all of them. It occurs to me that seemed like it was only 2. Maybe it was 3, because I might have killed this one first. But I'm going to be vigilant here because I don't know. I'm not sure. Anything could happen. Alright, so we're going to turn this on. Get to the workbench. And probably retrieve some of my health stuff, because that's not what I wanted to do. Because yeah, it looks like I only have some of these smalls left. Two reload plus 2 damage. Yes, please. I think I will have those. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and take all this shit. Just all of it. Because we're at the end of the game here now, and there's no need to... There's really just no need to be saving things. 2 damage. Plus 1 reload. I think my reload on this thing is pretty much full. So what I'm gonna do is use some tungsten to unlock this one and put that on here. Not that I've been using the force gun all that much, but in the areas where I have used it, I definitely have noticed a bit of a difference from upgrading its damage and whatnot a bit more. So, we're going to continue on here. Can I pick up any of this stuff? I don't know. There might be a few more enemies here toward the end. In fact, I think there are a few more that pop out of the wall when we get up to this next area. And I think, and they might come from both sides, too, but I'm pretty sure that, yeah, they pop out of the wall there. And is there one that gets behind me? No, but there's this guy who's gonna run and lunge at me like a freaking track star and mutate into this mutation that I hate. Yeah, there was one that was gonna come from behind me. This dude. Just, the stasis just does not last long enough at all. And I have some upgrades on my stasis. Why does he move so fast when he's crawling? Why? Alright, where's the last one? Oh my god. Where did you come from, half a torso? I was almost dead just then. Unbelievable. Did just half a torso come out of a wall? I don't even know. But yeah, they come out of here, and they come out of, somewhere over here as well. It looked like he jumped down. Who knows? But you don't want to get surrounded by them, and you want to be aware that one of them, when you think you've dealt with them all, one of them may have mutated, or there was another one or something. Alright. So we're gonna listen now. I think that may have been it. Yes. Yes, sirree. And again, the answers are on the floor here if you want to just completely cheat. I don't understand why they have sounds if all it requires is looking at the floor. That just, it makes no sense to me. But in any case, this room right here sucks. It sucks a lot. Because things can come out in front of you, behind you, all around you. And that's never good. So I'm going to trigger some enemy spawns. I'm going to run back into this corner here. Because I am one of those players, I really love to stick my back in a corner. I really, really do. And sometimes that backfires on me. When things get up in my face, it goes really, really badly. As you probably have noticed if you've been watching some of these playthroughs. When things get in your face, or when things get in my face, it just goes from bad to worse. But there are several of these axe guys, and they're all gonna mutate. Because they know how much I love their mutations. This one is right on me, and that is not good. He needs to die. He needs to die now. Oh, shit! And they drop down from above you. Like, how is this fair? Aside from the fact that the stalkers don't seem to be able to hit me in this corner, which I like. If it wasn't for all of the damn axe dudes. Yes, give me a limp noodle. That will kill it. That will kill it dead. Come on, guys. I'm not playing. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, and thank you very much for that. The problem here is there are too many things. There are too many things, and there are too many of these mutations, and it's just too much. Like, this is unnecessary, guys. It made me move from my corner, and I don't like that. This mutation is the worst. It really is. It is just the worst. Alright, I know that there are more stalkers, so come on. Bring it on. And that could have been it. But, yeah, that corner tends to work pretty well. The stalkers don't really, run at you too much. They do drop down and it's gonna scare the shit out of you. But if you're backed up far enough in the corner there, they'll drop down and they generally just run away because they don't know what you're doing. Because they don't imagine that you're gonna be sitting in that corner, I guess. So I think that this is everything, but I'm always tentative because there's just always more than you think that there are. And the reason that I cleared out this room, you can just run through here if you have some med packs and balls of steel. You can just run through here and maybe stasis some things and try to, you know, pray that you don't get hit by the dudes. But, you gotta come back through here. And, I don't know. I'd just rather not. I'd rather not mess with it. I'd rather not mess with it several times in a row. So, at the end of the day, it was worth it for me to try to clean out all of those enemies. Even though I got destroyed by them a little bit at first. And I'm just looking for stuff here. That's all. I don't know. I don't like to leave things behind me. Especially when I know I have to come back. Now, what's the sound? Not at all. I think that might be it. Yes. And then again, it's on the floor. It's just, what kind of puzzle gives you the answer? I don't know. I try to close my eyes, listen, and try to make it more fun for myself, but the choices some people, I just don't get. And here's another one of these pointless flying sections. I mean, I don't know if the aliens wanted to be Rocket Man or what exactly their motivation was. Oh god, oh dear. For making all of these places that you have to fly to travel to. But you saw that one little glowing yellow thing clipped me just a little bit. I didn't think that it would, but it did. And just screwed. You're just screwed. It seems like, no matter what you do sometimes. But right here there are a lot more stalkers. And what I'm gonna do is try to lure them all around here. Come on, kids. Yes, that one gets hurt by its little... Oh my. And see how they come from behind you? That's what I wanted to avoid. So I'm going to back myself up here. I'm going to back myself up here. And I'm going to try to lure them all kind of around that corner there. And I'm hoping that it's going to work out as well as it has before for me. Because, like, making an enemy like that and then making it so easy for it to get around behind you, it's just evil. I did not remember there being exploders in here. But apparently there are. That's nice. I really did not know they were there at all. So that could have been dead. So be aware, folks. There are exploders in this room. There are also just a ton of these stalkers. And there's these cysts and things as well. And so, you know what? I'm gonna say balls to this room. Which is what I should have done in the first place. But I didn't. So if you get over here, I think this might actually be a better spot now that I'm thinking about it. Because I don't think they can come behind you here. And I'm just gonna, you know, turn this thing right here and wait for the elevator and say, kiss my behind, this room. I want to kill that because I don't want it to clock me on my way up the elevator. But, yeah, I'm going to say screw you guys, at least for now. As soon as the elevator gets here. And it has to be really slow, doesn't it? Yep. Just slow enough. Just slow enough that one more of the little stalker dudes. So yeah, I think that that is a much better plan for that room. I did the thing that I said I was going to do, stood back there at the beginning and lured them all around the first corner. I have done that before. The exploder was odd though, like I do not remember that being there at all. So that's weird. But so I guess remember that that could be there. And if you can get around some of them, you know, if you have to use stasis or whatever, it's probably a good idea to just go ahead and run around to the back of that room. Might work out a lot better for you. So, I don't think I have a lot of healing stuff. Well, I still have a few small med packs. But right now I'm going to do my very bestest not to have to use too many. One of these things with the stupid yellow balls right here. And there are a couple of them, yeah. I think there's 3 actually. They shimmy just enough that you can't hit them. Alright. And so this area right here, it can go really well, and it can also go really, really crappy. Because you are on one of these pads, which makes you really powerful, which is awesome. But, at the same time, things can come from this direction, and they can come from this direction. Now, if you get lucky, they'll only come from one direction. And I don't know why this thing reappeared, but that's annoying. If you get lucky, they will only come from one direction, and you won't have too much trouble. If you get unlucky, which is what you're probably about to see, they will come at you from multiple directions. And I guess there were 4 of these things. I hate them so much. It's like, they're huge. How can you not hit them? But it's like every time I take a shot, it moves just enough that I can't hit it. Drives me insane. So anyway, if you get unlucky, you're gonna have things coming from multiple directions, and so we're just gonna see what we see here. I mean, the good news is that you can continue to TK the limbs, which is great, because that gives you some knockback on them. And here they are behind me. Yeah. This is fantastic. Oh yes. Please get in my face. And now we have exploders, which is great. And it's possible that that was it. But yeah, so there were only a few things that came from this direction, so that was very, very good. However, and you are really powerful when you're standing on these pads. So that is quite nice. And the force gun, I wish I had thought of that before I was in the middle of that fight. But the force gun worked like a beauty just then, to knock them back off me long enough for me to TK their limbs back and forth. So, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Alright, so we want that one there. Which one do we want on this one? I think that might be the right one. And I know this one we want it to be the other side. Yeah, so I think that will be the right way, and then we just need to spin this thing until they all line up. And there you go. So that is that puzzle solved. And this room that can go really well or really not well is done. So we're gonna, pick up the little codex or cipher or whatever the hell it's called from right here.
Right back at you, jackass.
and we're going to move on to the latter part of this section. So I think I'm going to split the video here, guys, and so I will see you in the next part. Thanks for watching, and I will see you there.